I walked into your comic book store. I don't know what year that was.
Oh,
And I don't
ways
know
back.
I don't know whether you knew it or whether I told you, because I don't think I was telling too many people at that point about that Song of Ice and Fire calendar. But I remember you had been reading the books. I think you were a big fan of them, as I
Oh yeah.
recall. And I remember I was looking for reference models because I use a lot of times reference models for to kind of get started on a project. And I'm never trying to draw people just the way they are in real life. I'm just using them as an armature so that I can kind of figure out how I want to depict this character, because it's how I see him in my head. And I'm just trying to get it down onto the board. And I was doing that with Song of Ice and Fire. I knew there was going to be these different characters I was going to have to depict. Many of them who hadn't really been depicted in a really iconic form before me. Um, this is pre Game of Thrones for sure. Um, and I think I do remember saying, "Hey, you got a picture of your kid by chance? Like, what does your kid look like?" I remember you pulling a picture out of your wallet and you showed me Jacob, and I was like, "Bring him in on Saturday," or something like that. I remember seeing him and just thinking, okay, wait a minute, that kid might work,
Yeah.
And I think we brought him in, and I think, as I recall, I think we sized him up, took some dimensions off of him. And then I remember going home for the next few days and trying to build a piece of some sort of semblance of costume shapes that we put on him. And then he came in the next weekend, I believe, and we parked him on a gaming table, as I
Yep.
recall. And he still had bedhead,
Oh
and it was
yeah.
early on a Saturday. And I had these sketches and I showed them to him, and man, he just struck the pose. And I was just like, that's it right there. I mean, you nailed it, man. I remember that feeling when I first saw you do that gesture, the way I had drawn it. And I was like, it was just get the light right. We don't need everything to be perfect. I mean, my reference shoots are always like guerrilla shoots. They're never like, I'm just going to copy this photo, they're always just really rough. But I just remember that was really important. Gosh, I don't know. I went off on a tangent there, but
No,
No,
that's
great.
awesome.
That means
That's
so much to me to hear that you actually enjoyed it. Because when I was a kid, 20
do you
minutes
remember it?
feels like,
Do you remember
yeah, I
that?
remember bits of it. Yeah, 20 minutes feels like 3 days. So to me,
Yeah.
it felt like, oh man, it's been so long. I'm not giving him what he wants.
Oh
So
yeah.
I'm glad that
No, they were
can be laid to
fantastic.
rest for me.